We are today, brothers and sisters, with Jesus near the end of his journey to Jerusalem. On this 30th Sunday of Ordinary Time, we are at Jericho, and Jesus will heal the blind man Bartimaeus. It's chapter 10, verse 46 to 52. And when Jesus was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a great multitude, Bartimaeus, a blind beggar, the son of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside. And when he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, "Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me." And many rebuked him, telling him to be silent. But he cried out all the more, "Son of David, have mercy on me." And Jesus stopped and said, "Call him." And they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take heart, rise, he is calling you." And throwing off his mantle, he sprang up and came to Jesus. And Jesus said to him, "What do you want me to do for you?" And the blind man said to him, "Master, let me receive my sight." And Jesus said to him, "Go your way, your faith has made you well." And immediately he received his sight and followed him on the way. How amazing. You know, the two last Gospels, we had a man who ran after Jesus, and then he was so much attached to his riches that he went away sad. And after we have James and John, who came to ask Jesus about sitting in glory, dreams of power and greatness. And now we have Jesus healing a blind man. And I was wondering, is it not something that blinds us? Riches, wealth, possessions, power, glory makes us blind often. And I think Jesus is really coming to heal that in us, to transform our sight, so that we can see what riches are in front of God, something good to be shared to the poor, and that we can see what power is in front of God, something that we should first of all put in serving others. So we need to be healed of our blindness. And it's really part of Jesus' mission. You remember chapter 4 of Luke, Jesus entered the synagogue of Nazareth. He opened the book and he said, "The Spirit of the Lord anoints me to send the good news to the poor, to free those who are in prison, and give sight to the blind." And in the chapter 9 of John, Jesus spent a whole chapter to heal a blind man, and after to explain what does it mean. And he ends up saying that if you do not acknowledge your sins, you are still blind. You don't see the light. So it's very meaningful. It's really part of Jesus' mission. And it's the only physical sign and miracle that is mentioned in the chapter 4 of Luke, when Jesus speaks about his mission. To free the captive and give sight to the blind. So, because it's also the last signs of Jesus before to enter Jerusalem, here in the Gospel of Mark, the last physical miracle, and after Jesus will enter the city and go to his passion, it gives a great importance. And Jesus has given a particular meaning and importance to this sign of healing, which goes much further than the physical healing of the sight. I think we need to go back even to the very beginning of the story in the book of Genesis, because the false promise of the serpent to Adam and Eve before they eat the fruit was, "Your eyes will be opened." He promised a kind of new sight, a new knowledge, being more intelligent, seeing better. And after, their eyes became open, but in a way that it was not that they would see better, but rather their sight was twisted, and they saw their nakedness and they were ashamed. And they were not able to see each other as creature of God, and of course no longer to see clearly the presence of God. So the false promise of the serpent gives so much importance to this healing of our sight at all levels. Jesus come to restore us in our sight, to be able to see in truth. Chapter 9 of John, to see in truth who I am, to see my sin, to see my misery, my poverty, not to try to make up it, but also to see the goodness, the presence of God, to discern His love and the signs of His grace. You know, a little bit like Saint Francis of Assisi, which set a wonderful sight of God's love. And by the way, he was physically blind at the end of his life, but he was able to still sing the beauty and the greatness of God's love. I think we need both this healing. The devil promised a false sight that has made us so much sick and unable to see God's love, and also not able anymore to see our own sins. Usually we are very clear to see the sins of others. We think so, but we are not, and not our own. So this healing of giving the sight to us, see the love of God, see also my misery, my poverty, where I need His grace. Okay. We are in a culture of image. We're in a culture of seeing. We have screens on what we watch. We want to see so many things, and so many things are offered to our sight now. But do we see? And I ask this question: what do we see, and are we really healed in order to see and follow the Lord? I just want to leave you with this question so that it will guide you and accompany you. And ask the Lord also with strength, with the same strength as Bartimaeus, who was not stopped by the obstacles and the people, continue to pray and to beg to the Lord. Have a blessed Sunday, and may the Lord bless your family, bless your heart with this word that He gives you now.